Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Fatima Soomro, Assistant Professor, Government College for Women, Shahra, Liaquat, Karachi. This is my second general lecture for economics students of intermediate and degree classes of humanities, commerce, and science faculties. The content of my today's lecture is major points and criticism of various definitions. Economics is science and arts and major areas of economic analysis. Before going to my second lecture, there is a quick recap of lecture 1 in which we learned economic activities, various definitions, and nature and scope of economics. So in our lecture 1, there were various definitions, wealth definitions by Adam Smith, welfare definitions by Marshall, scarcity definitions by Robbins, growth and development definitions by Paul Samuelson, and modern definition by S.C. Das. So let's start the first definitions of wealth definition by Adam Smith. That is considered as the classical view of economics. The major points and criticism of the wealth definition is as under. The wealth definition emphasizes on wealth and its accumulation, and it only considered about the production, consumption, exchange, and distribution of wealth. It allows rights of private property. It emphasizes on profit motives and in favor of free trade policy. Overall, this definition is in this definition, wealth is considered to be an end in itself. There were criticism on this definition because this definition narrows the scope of economics, giving primary role to wealth. Human life was given secondary role. This definition ignores the non-material goods such as services of doctors, teachers, engineers, etc. And in this definition, wages are considered the only source of wealth to a nation, whereas it overlooks natural and capital resources. After the criticism of wealth definition, welfare definitions by Alfred Marshall comes, and it lies in the neoclassical view of economics. According to Marshall, the major points are economics is the science of material welfare. It is study of men as they live, move, and think in the ordinary business of life. And this definition study the rational behavior of people as they maximize their material welfare. But the welfare definition was also criticized by the following points. Okay, there is no distinction between material and non-material activities. Moreover, there are many economic activities do not promote human welfare, such as production of alcohol, cigarettes, etc. Welfare is a vague concept in this definition, and moreover, welfare is a subjective thing and it varies from person to person, from age to age, and from place to place. Then there we have scarcity definitions by Robbins. The major points of Robbins' definitions are there are unlimited human wants. Wants vary in importance. There is scarcity of resources and resources have alternate uses. Moreover, these definitions also describe there is no distinction in economic activities as material and non-material, and economic problem is to allocate scarce means to satisfy limitless wants. But the Robbins definition was also criticized The major point of criticism is okay, this definition involves the allocation of resources to maximize satisfaction. And what is satisfaction? That is nothing but welfare. This definition fails to explain the nature of end and the difficulties associated with it. Moreover, the scarcity definition is not analyzing the theory of economic growth and development. It only talks about the theory of product and factor pricing, and the economic problems arise not only due to scarcity, but economic problems also arises due to underutilization, misutilization, or overutilization of resources. After that, we have growth development definitions by Paul Simonson. The major points of this definitions are this definition emphasizes the problems of scarce resources and use of alternative uses of resources. It also emphasizes on the consumption and distribution of various commodities for the present and future economic growth, highlighting the use of modern technique of cost-benefit analysis to evaluate the development program for use of limited resources. And this definition includes time element, thereby making the scope of economics dynamic. Now, the second part of my lecture is economics is science and arts. So, before considering economics as science and arts, what is science? Science is just observation, then arise questions, making hypotheses, prediction, takes this prediction to laboratories for experiment, and then infer results, which make theories. And when we make theories, we are applying this theory. Thus, the applying theory is known as art. That's why, okay, what is science? A systematic study of facts and figures which establish relationship between cause and effect. And what is art? The practical application of any work to perform it in the best way. Thus, it can be said that economics is a science in its methodology and an art in its application. Now, when we conclude that economics is a science, so is it positive and normative science? There is an other discussion. So, economics is a positive and normative science. We look to the positive science, okay, a body of systematized knowledge concerning what it is. The objective of positive science is to establish scientific laws. There is no concern with moral or ethical judgment in positive science. It only concerned with how aggregate consumption and investment, how aggregate national income and employment, and how general price levels are determined. Whereas as normative science, a body of systematized knowledge relating to what ought to be. The objective of normative science is to determine the ideals. It involves value judgment and make distinction between good and bad depending on ethics and beliefs. Normative science concerned with what should the prices be and what should be the saving rate. Thus, we can say that economics is a positive as well as normative science. Now, the last portion of my lecture is major areas of economic analysis. Economics is divided into two major areas: microeconomics and macroeconomics. If we look at the micro and macro world, there is only difference of letter I and A. I represents individual and A represents aggregate, means total. Thus, microeconomics concerned with the behavior of individual consumers, firms, industries, commodities, and prices. In microeconomics, we study how individuals and businesses' decisions affect the prices of goods and services, and it also known as the price theory. Whereas in macroeconomics, we study of the economy as a whole. In macroeconomics, it analyzes aggregate level of employment, the general price level, aggregate savings and investment in the economy. So where is the economic problem? The economic problem, we have a limited resources and we have unlimited wants. The resources available to produce goods and services are scarce compared to our limitless wants. Thus, how scarcity problem is dealt in microeconomics? Society has three options for dealing with scarcity: economic growth, improve the use of available resources, and reduce wants. So, in microeconomics, we study about the allocative efficiency, productive efficiency, and equity. And in macroeconomics, by economic growth and full employment level, scarcity problems can be economizing. Now, there is brainstorming time, quick quiz. There is multiple choice, and you have to choose the correct answer of the following. The one is economics is the study of. There are four choices given to you, and you have to choose the correct answer. Second, which of the following is a macroeconomic topic? And third is which of the following is a microeconomic topic? Thank you so much. Stay home, save life.